morning friends and welcome to the pre-market view. Friends, yesterday was a holiday for us. We were celebrating our Independence Day, but Asian markets were actually weak, and today morning when we look at the Asian markets, they are tad positive because of two reasons. One is that the data points that came out from US were mixed, and that led to some kind of a positive bias for the markets, we had some forecast coming out from Japan where the overall projections or expectations have been scaled down in that entire region because of the concerns. So because of the combination of the positive and negative news, we are seeing some kind of a mixed reaction both in the US and European markets, and Asian markets are slightly better today compared to yesterday. Friends, the big negative for our markets could be that the crude has actually inched up to almost $116 per barrel, which is the highest level that we've seen in the last 3 months, and this is mainly because of the lower inventory data in US. And if crude sustains at these levels, then definitely it could have negative implications for our markets. In terms of flows, friends, it continues to be good. FIs were net buyers to the tune of about 276 crore in the cash market, and even domestic institutions which have been a seller for a majority of the month, they were buyers to the tune of 76 crore. Back home, friends, our markets have shown a lot of strength despite the negativity in terms of the monsoon delays and the fact that the government is actually not really doing anything major on the reforms front, and the crude also has actually inched up to as high as 116. But despite all this negativity, the Nifty has actually managed to touch 5400 levels. So let's ask Shaival, our F&O expert, as to what his view on the market is and where the major open interest built up is.
Good morning, friends. What we have seen in Tuesday's session is that the FIs were net buyer of around 160 crore, and also we have seen that the Nifty has managed to close above the mark of 5,400. The PCR ratio is at 1.21, which is still comfortable, and from past couple of trading sessions we were seeing that there is lots of unwinding taking place on the call side, due to which the PCR ratio has been increasing. Now, implied volatility has decreased marginally, say by 2 to 3% in Tuesday's trade, and we have also seen that the activity in 5,500 call option stands with high is pretty good, and it also stands with the highest number of shares in the open interest on the call side. Whereas on the put side, if we have a look, 5,300 put option stands with the highest number of shares, followed by 5,000. Now, our weekly VWAP is 5,300, and on the higher side we have given a target of 5,400 and 5,450. Now we have achieved our first target. Still we are maintaining our bias as positive, and we would see that the momentum in the market would continue, and probably in short term 5450 can be eyed on the Nifty. What we have identified is, we have identified two stocks. Adani Power is looking positive with support of 42 rupees 50 paisa from intraday perspective. TCS is also looking pretty good, so one can buy TCS with support of 1256.65, whereas on positional basis one can buy Mahindra and Mahindra call option of strike 760 rupees with stop loss of 7 rupees on closing basis and target of 18 and 22.
Friends, in terms of news for the companies today in the morning, first of all, ONGC has made a crude oil discovery in the exploration block in Tamil Nadu. Recently they also made one more discovery, and this is the second one, and it has remained pretty stable around 280 levels. So one can initiate a long call on ONGC with a stop loss of 281 and a target of 295 to about 300. GAIL has shown interest in buying a stake in the 10 million ton LNG plant in a Russian company, and this is basically to import the natural gas from a very big project of about $7 billion, and because of this one can go long on GAIL with a stop loss of 368 and a target of about 386 to 392. Friends, there are negative news and developments for both Idea and Bharti, and the reports are that the Department of Telecom would initiate some action for the illegal 3G pact that they entered into. So one can short Idea and Bharti both. For Idea, the stop loss should be 77 and target should be about 73 to 71 and a half. Orchid Chemical, friends, came out with a disappointing set of numbers, and the loss for the quarter was almost 51 crore as against a profit of about 15 crore in the previous quarter. And the outlook for the next year, as given by the chairman, is also quite muted, and they are looking at a flat growth. Some of these companies actually which have a huge amount of debt are trying to deleverage, but despite all that, we don't see any meaningful improvement in the performance. So one can short Orchid with a stop loss of 108 and a target of about 103 to about 100. That's it from all of us, friends, on the news front. Have a nice trading session and see you tomorrow at the same time.